Seems as though every single day they're admitting something new. Listen to this right here, right? So this article is titled Faster Payments Open Global Markets to Smaller Companies. And this is something I've been saying for years. I told you this was going to happen. Smaller to medium-sized businesses are going to have global reach. But why? It's not because of the legacy system, or they would have already had that, right? So it's not because of the legacy system. Also, they're going to say a lot with saying a little. It's funny. Pay attention to how they try to omit certain verbiage so that it's not so apparent what they're talking about. But since they have to use alternative verbiage and we know what that alternative verbiage means, we know exactly what they're talking about. But I'm going to read this little bit here. It begins here. It says, with the emergence of digital technologies. I don't know how much, and I'm scrolling all the way down. I skipped probably like 3 or 4 paragraphs. But it doesn't get more transparent than that. They're talking about DLT technologies. It says, with the emergence of digital technologies and faster payments. That's the new financial system. They're all dabbling in it, from Bank of America to Santander, HSBC, SBI, all over the globe, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Bank of England, multiple banks in Australia, multiple banks in Latin America, multiple banks in Africa. Do we have to keep going? The global web of the new financial system was being built over the last 3 years, very transparently. That's what's changing everything. That's what's making you have not faster payments. Once again, look how they use that word. And they're not talking about legacy system faster payments where it's 3 to 5 days and all this. No, they're talking about instant payments. But they do these. There's a lot of manipulation here where they try to throw people off. Once again, is my humble belief. They don't want people too bullish on DLT technology. So there's a little deception, a little manipulation in there, here and there. So they're talking about digital technologies and faster payments, i.e. instant payments. This is coming from Salerno, and he says that, quote, what most people are afraid of is most people, keep that in mind, that's not true. Most people are afraid of is if you're making faster payments, how to fight fraud. No, that's something the companies are bringing up, which they didn't solve themselves. But let's keep going. Banks are stepping up their use of advanced technologies. What technology is it that's been sweeping over them the last few years? There's only 2, and those 2 are together. All right. They made that very clear. They want them combined. DLT technology and AI. That's it. That's it. And you can't have one without the other in the financial industry. They made that very clear. OK, so look how they could have just said DLT and AI, but they say they're stepping up their use of more advanced technology. Why are they being so opaque, so vague? Why? I'm just asking questions. They don't want people too bullish. They know a lot of us are very, very smart. And people might choose to look into this and then invest, and they may make too much money. They don't want you having too much money. They don't want you having too much power. Just my humble opinion, not financial advice. That's what I've seen from my experience in life. But anyway, it says here, to make sure money doesn't leave an account until recipients and other parties are verified. Now, that's clearly smart contract capability. They're clear. I mean, once again, let me read that whole piece. Banks are stepping up their use of advanced technologies to make sure money doesn't leave an account until recipients and other parties are verified. If that's not smart contract capability, I don't know what it is that they're describing. And he's talking about what's to come, not necessarily what is right now. So then he continues on. He says, quote, you're seeing banks implement more controls and checks to ensure that payment instructions are completely validated, unquote, through, and okay, so now he actually talks about AI, through artificial intelligence and real-time analysis of payment, quote, chains, unquote. Why the quotes around chains? Pay attention to that. Why the quote around chains? What type of chains? Block chains? Why not just say that? We know you're all using it. Once again, they don't want the people. There's something huge coming. They don't want the people too bullish because a lot of the companies are still getting into place. Now, it continues. It says here, quote, the transparency. You know why they have transparency now? Because on an immutable ledger, everything can be seen. Everything can be pulled up. That's the difference. That's the change. What's the other change when it comes to transparency? Because it's not AI. It's not AI that's bringing all of this transparency. It's DLT technology, blockchain technology. But let's keep going. Quote, the transparency is helping the banking community notice, even though he's talking about the article is about faster payments opening global markets to smaller companies, businesses. The main focus here is banks. And there's a reason for that. Are you paying attention to that? Listen, folks, there's a flood of capital from those banks. Let's just put everything else to the side. Retail investors, regular businesses, the banks. That's why the last week, a lot of articles we've been covering been talking about what? The banks, the interest in DOT technology by the banks, how they're going to implement it. All of these different things. There's a reason this is happening. There's a reason that they're going so hard with discussing the bank's utilization. It's almost time. It's almost time. As regulations get better and better in the U.S. and bank coins get unleashed, they're theoretically, not financial advice, there should be trillions of dollars flooding into these bank coin companies across these chains consistently at some point, and that will only grow. And there's enough. Here's the thing: there's enough money. If you look at how much there is there, there's enough money for all of these bank coins, which there's not many. There's not many. For all of them to explode, right? For a lot of them to explode. I won't say all of them because it's up to them to go after that and conduct the business and deploy mechanisms and technology to bring that capital to chain, right? But that's up to people to watch which ones are working the hardest. That's how you're going to know who's going to be tapping into the bulk of that capital. But so it continues, quote, the transparency is helping the banking community move money faster and smarter, which is a good value proposition for our customers, unquote. Salerno told Payments, quote, it allows them to actively manage money movement on their end and manage profits. Now, the part where he really doesn't delve into, but he should have, is the smaller, the aspect where globally, faster payments, instant payments opens global markets to smaller companies. This is what I've been talking about. There's going to be the opportunity for people with small businesses, medium-sized businesses of all different types to conduct business in areas and ways that they've never done before. Things will become fully automated. It's going to be easy, folks. All it's going to take is if people are willing to educate themselves on how to implement full automation. And it starts out with partial automation, especially if you're a person selling products and things like that. You have a certain mechanism that orders the products for you automatically. Sure, you can adjust it from time to time, but over time, as AI is starting to become more advanced, it could assist you in that. But even with partial automation now, partial automation began without AI, right? AI is just a bonus, and it's going to help you a little bit further if you choose to implement such technologies. But then with DLT, it doesn't matter how your people are paying. It's going to be converted into US dollars or whatever it is you want to receive, euros. And that's going to open up opportunity for small and medium-sized businesses to make capital the likes of which they've never made before. So let's say before you were limited to, doing business only in the US and Europe. Now maybe you can sell some products in China, sell some products in Africa. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Sell some products in parts of Latin America you didn't have access to before. All of that is possible now for small to medium-sized business owners in the future. And that's not even to bring in the idea of robotics. You see all these robots rolling out now? Now you have regular people buying robots, folks. So it's here. The time is here. It's starting small, very slowly. But once again, if regular people, and I'm seeing these articles, I'm seeing videos of them do this. They're unwrapping the robots, testing them out. If regular people are buying robots, you don't think that small and medium-sized businesses can spare a few thousands of $1,000, $100,000, whatever, for 1, 2, 3 robot workers to go to work to aid in the warehouse? Maybe at certain hours you don't have workers there, and then the robots can take over. I mean, there's so many different possibilities, but that's there. That's there. And what does that do? That brings even more capital onto chain, because now all that new business has the value floating across these particular bank coins, right? Let's say that happens. But also word of mouth, people are going to hear that, okay, XRPL is really good for this, or Chainlink is good. Solana is good for this. And people are going to hear that. They're going to want to use it also. Stellar's good for this. They're going to want to use it and look into it, see how easy it is. This is why streamlining and making it very simple to use these wallets, streamlining and making it very easy to use the technology is important. Okay. Because that's going to make it easier for much more value to come to chain. I mean, the golden age should be beautiful if this is played the right way. And as of right now, it's looking really, really good, the setup, in my humble opinion. So I was talking yesterday about how fast Bitcoin and the crypto markets bounced back. There was a lot of doom and gloom articles out yesterday because everything was looking a little bit red. And look how fast everything went green again. I took a look at the charts this morning. We're looking really, really good, in my humble opinion. So once again, the crypto markets show a lot of resilience, which means that as soon as it went down, people saw the opportunity to buy, which means that what I was hearing was legit. People really felt that way. Say they bought up some crypto went green again. This article is titled Bitcoin Rebounds 7% from Low as Bitcoin Price Chart Prints Rare RSI Signal. All right, so listen. Crypto is looking really healthy. So I expect it some point this year to really go nuclear. It says Bitcoin, which is now showing, it was at 99,000 earlier. Now it's showing at $101,178 green. It says sought a rebound on February the 3rd as the Wall Street Open brought fresh Bitcoin price volatility. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin climbing past 97,000. Like I said, right now it's showing 101,000 above that. It says this came as markets reacted to the news that the U.S. had placed tariffs on Canada and Mexico, which of course I believe that the Mexico situation has been remedied because they came to some sort of deal They came to some sort of deal. You're going to have to look it up for yourself, okay? I don't want to talk too much about that stuff on this channel here. It says altcoins, however, bore the worst of the risk asset sell-off, with many of the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market cap shedding 20% or more. Quote, I think for now, as long as the range lows and yearly open BTC continues to look good compared to the rest of the market, unquote. This is coming from, it says popular trader Johnny Thus. Is that the full name, Johnny Thus, or is it they're saying Johnny Thus wrote? My apologies, folks. But this was posted on X. It says, quote, think the meat of this down move on Bitcoin has played out now, unquote. All right. So, wait. They got a little quote here from Rect Capital, and I like to hear from Rect Capital here. It says popular trader and analyst Rect Capital noted that due to BTC price downside, a new, quote, gap, unquote, in CME Group's Bitcoin futures market had opened above $98,000. All right, so now let's move on to this next article here. And we have, if we make it far enough, because I have quite a few articles and I need to make the members only video as well. There is a little bit of Chainlink and Solana news towards the end. It says here, Bitcoin, Solana lead crypto market rebound as U.S. and Mexico pause tariff threats for 1 month. Yeah, so there you go. Okay, so I told you, yeah, there was some sort of deal worked out. And they delve deeply into that. But it says markets respond. Both crypto and traditional financial markets experienced steep sell-offs in the overnight. In early morning trading, the price of Bitcoin had fallen below 93,000. I didn't see that. Wow. It says while Ether collapsed over 35% and Solana dropped 24%. And this is what I'm talking about. Look how fast everything came back. That's why I don't worry. The positive catalysts are too strong right now for the negative catalysts to drag everything down with any type of permanency, if I can use that word properly here. It says, but as markets digested news of the tariff pause, several of the largest crypto tokens began to rebound. Okay, and then they delve into the rebound a little bit, but we already read about that in the last article. Things are looking really, really good. Let's move on to this next article here. This one is titled, Utah could be the first U.S. state to pass Bitcoin reserve bill. I'm supposing that is titled the Satoshi Action Fund. That's what they have here. It says Utah's Bitcoin. It's like they just have it here up top. So Utah's Bitcoin reserve bill could be the first of its kind to pass at the state level in the U.S. because of its shorter legislative window to decide on bills, says a Bitcoin advocate. Listen, Any of these type of activities is going to be very positive for not only Bitcoin, but for crypto overall. So I'm all for it. It says Utah could be the first U.S. state to establish a Bitcoin reserve due to a shorter legislative window calendar and, quote, political momentum, unquote. They repeated again from literally the same sentence from the top. Not the title, a sentence. They said it again. I don't know what that's about. Why did they do that? It says there's a, quote, very good shot, unquote, that Utah will be the first because they only have 45 days to decide. Satoshi Action Fund CEO Dennis Porter said in an interview with U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis, oh, this is serious, which she shared on X on February the 2nd. It continues on here. It says, quote, it's either sink or swim in 45 days. No one else has a faster calendar, and no one else has more political momentum and willpower to get it done, unquote, Porter said in a January 21st interview. Okay, so now we actually made it to the Chainlink news. So we're going to do a little bit of Chainlink, and then we'll follow up with a little bit of Solana, okay? This article is titled, Chainlink set for $36. Whale move suggests a big rally. I told you they were going to, listen, it's not just Chainlink. Just wait. I need to hear reports on all these whale movements from these pro companies that follow these types of things. When it comes to the other so-called altcoins, that's what's going to tell an interesting story. So I'm happy to see this is coming out now. It says here, analysts anticipate a potential breakout to $36 as Chainlink. What is the price of Chainlink right now? Let me go. Let's go to let me try not to lose my spot. Let's go to Cointelegraph. Well, no, Coin Market Cap. Sorry about that. Coin Market Cap. Let's go here and then let's see if we can find Chainlink, if this will load up quickly enough. All right. I get a bad signal in this office, just so you know. Let's go back to the beginning of Coin Market Cap. We were looking at Solana right there, but I'm not interested in seeing Solana's price right now. So USDC, Dogecoin, Cardano at 79 cents. Chainlink is at $21.38. They're predicting $36. That's not a stretch. Chainlink will blow past $36 at a certain point in the next few years. I'm that ultra bullish on Chainlink. I'm as bullish on Chainlink as I am on Solana. You see what Solana did. I started talking about Solana. It was like $15, $16. Now Solana is, I'm going to give you the actual price. Wait. Solana is $215 today. So that tells you how bullish I am on Chainlink. I'm very bullish on it. Okay, so now let's return to the article. So yeah, they're predicting $36. Excuse me, pardon me. It says, as Chainlink is currently exhibiting robust upward momentum, in recent weeks, large investors, more commonly known as whales, quote unquote, have been aggressively accumulating Link. Their increasing interest indicates they are optimistic about the asset's long-term potential. Of course, they have some of the best partnerships, the best deals right now on the planet. They have so much leverage and so much respect. It's unbelievable. When you work with Swift, a bunch of banks in Australia, you have all this great momentum going. People who are smart are going to be bullish on you. That's just how it is. So it says, it continues here. It says, however, is this rally enduring? Listen, I don't know about short term. Short term is going to be crazy, as it always is. Crypto going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. People celebrating and then lamenting only to celebrate again. That's how it goes. But long term, Chainlink is very bullish, and the whales know this. It says here, data shows that large investors have been steadily buying more Link when the price is between $17 and $21. That's pretty smart move. In my humble opinion, not financial advice. It says, in the past, when large buyers acted like this, it often led to big price raises. Listen, I want to say this again. These people pay the best of the best financial analysts. This is what they do for a career, a living. They have the best of the best researchers. These researchers, folks, I don't know if you know, they're getting paid huge money to compile information and build a case as to why something is bullish or not bullish. So they have the best of the best researchers. So they're playing the game to win, folks. So yeah, that's why they're doing that. Okay. Same thing that they did with XRP. Same thing they did with Bitcoin. Now you see it happening with Chainlink. It says, when many whales gather, it can lower the amount offered in the market causing a supply shortage. So now let's stop there with that one. I want to move on and just see if we can get this Solana news in here. Let's find out what's going on with Solana. So now this article here is titled Solana Price Prediction. Then it says Cardano latest news. I'm not really interested in Cardano news right now. Let's hear a little bit about and something else they have here, but I'm not going to speak on that because I don't know what this crypto is. They're trying to squeeze in with Solana and Cardano. Am I the only one who dislikes that? They're like, they'll take a popular or two cryptos and then hook you in with those news on those and then try to slide in some unknown crypto I've never heard of before. That technique does not work on people like me, right? I'm not going to be like, well, what's this new crypto? Like, no. Anyway, let's move on. It says here, can Solana's price go 10x in this bull run? Yes. What? Yes. It says Solana has recently gone on an exciting roller coaster. Its price plummeted. Plummeted? Really? Do you know where Solana came from? All right, now you've been here throughout the bloody bear market. Did you see? Plummeted, but okay, all right. I guess, yeah, you could use it that way, I suppose. It says its price plummeted, but is already beginning to rebound after hitting an all-time high of $293.31 on January 19th. Solana now sells for around $238, and many investors are asking if it may rise much more. If you've said in the last 2 weeks, there were some companies, I can't remember which ones, but we covered it here on the channel that were still talking about how bullish they are on Solana, right? Then you have the regular people bullish on Solana. Didn't Solana set like a new record for a stablecoin activity recently also? Like they have so much positive stuff going on with Solana. How is it not bullish? Like, so just my humble opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but can it go 10x? Yes. Will it go? It's like a guarantee? No, it's not a guarantee for anything to 10x. But can it do that? Yes. If you're asking me that question, I believe so. It probably could do a little bit more than that. Listen, like I said, it's not a guarantee. I'm just in my humble opinion. It says, while some analysts believe Solana has reached its lowest point and will only rise from here, others predict another decline may occur before significant movement. To each his own. Yeah, sure. You're going to always have those two opposite sides. That's just reasonable and logical. It says one thing is certain, though. Purchasers are intervening to help to sustain the price. Yeah, but if you look at it, that's the top cryptos overall. I told people from the beginning, all the top cryptos are super bullish. Didn't I say that? And you've seen the resilience in all of them. They go down, they come up together. They all go down together, they all come up together. That's resilience. That shows you that all you need is one major catalyst, and kablooey, one major catalyst. And there's a bunch of them heading towards the middle of 2025. There's a bunch of positive catalysts that could pop things off. And people would, once again, not financial advice, but people can make a lot of good value. They have already. Like I said, when this bull run first began, a lot of millionaires were made, right? Then it went on for a little bit. And then in 2025, right? People were making even more good amounts of value, good amounts of money. That's only going to continue. This is the golden age the door hasn't swung fully open yet, but I believe it has already begun. And it's going to be a very healthy time period for people to make some good capital off of these particular utility coins. And the craziest part about it is utility run hasn't even kicked off yet. And that comes with a lot of good media, right? Media push, a lot of announcements about partnerships. That hasn't even begun yet. A lot of use, right? Finally, these mechanisms get to be used. That hasn't even really begun yet as far as mass utilization of these systems. That's going to be insanely bullish, but we shall see, folks. So now that you have the information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.